Hey man, let me tell you something that's going to change how you handle women forever. Most guys, when they feel a woman pulling away, they do the worst possible thing. They chase, they beg, they explain, they apologize over and over. But what if I told you that ignoring her works 10 times better than any of that desperate behavior? What if the secret to getting her attention back isn't more attention, but less? Today we're breaking down the psychology behind why ignoring her is the most powerful move you can make. And listen, this isn't about playing games. This is about understanding human nature, female psychology, and why scarcity creates desire. So buckle up, because by the end of this, you'll know exactly why your attention has been working against you. Let's dive in. First, desperation repels. Attraction kills it every single time. You ever notice how, when you're really into a woman and you start texting her constantly, checking in on her, asking how her day was, being available 24/7, she starts pulling back? That's not a coincidence. That's biology. Women are wired to be attracted to men who have options, who have things going on, who aren't sitting around waiting for her response. Think about it from her perspective. If you're always available, always responding immediately, always making her the center of your world, what does that tell her? It tells her you don't have anything else going on. It tells her no other woman wants you, and if no other woman wants you, why should she? This is harsh, but it's reality. When you ignore her, when you don't respond right away, when you have your own life going on, you signal value. You signal that your time matters, that you're not just another guy desperate for female attention. And women, they pick up on this instantly. Second, scarcity creates desire. Basic economics, supply and demand. When something is abundant, it loses value. When something is scarce, it becomes precious. Your attention, your time, your energy. These are your currencies. And most guys, they're giving it away for free, flooding the market, making themselves worthless. But when you pull back, when you ignore her, when your attention becomes scarce, suddenly it has value. Think about the last time you really wanted something. Was it something you could get anytime, anywhere, or was it something rare, something limited, something you had to work for? Women operate the same way. When your attention is always available, it means nothing. When it's rare, when she has to earn it, when she's not sure if she can get it, that's when it becomes valuable. That's when she starts chasing. And here's the beautiful part. Once she starts chasing, the entire dynamic flips. You're no longer the one pursuing. You become the one being pursued. Third, it triggers her competitive instincts. Women are competitive, especially when it comes to men. They want what other women want. And they definitely don't want what other women don't want. When you ignore her, when you're not constantly in her face, her mind starts racing. Where is he? What's he doing? Who's he with? And if she sees you living your life, talking to other people, being social, having fun without her, that competitive instinct kicks in hard. She starts thinking, wait, why isn't he chasing me like everyone else? Why doesn't he need my validation? And that bothers her, because she's used to having power over men. She's used to guys falling all over themselves to get her attention. But you're different. You're not playing by the same rules, and that makes her curious. That makes her want to figure you out. That makes her want to win you back. Fourth, silence forces self-reflection. Here's something most guys don't understand. When you're constantly talking, constantly explaining, constantly trying to fix things, you're not giving her space to miss you. You're not giving her time to realize what she's losing. But when you go quiet, when you step back, when you stop filling every silence with words, something powerful happens. She's forced to sit with her own thoughts. She starts remembering the good times. She starts questioning her decisions. She starts wondering if she made a mistake. And here's the key. Women need emotional space to process. When you're always in her face, always trying to solve problems, always pushing for resolution, you're suffocating that process. But silence gives her room to breathe, room to think, room to realize she actually wants you in her life. Fifth, It shows emotional strength. Look, man, women test men. It's what they do. They pull back. They create distance. They act uninterested. And they're watching to see how you react. Most guys, they fail this test immediately. They panic. They chase. They try to fix everything. They show weakness. But when you ignore her, when you don't react, when you stay calm and focused on your own life, you pass the test. You show her you're emotionally strong, that you don't need her validation to feel good about yourself, that you're not going to fall apart just because she's pulling back. And women find emotional strength incredibly attractive. It signals that you're a man who can handle pressure, who won't crumble when things get tough, who has his own foundation. Sixth, it breaks negative patterns. Every relationship, every interaction has patterns. And if the pattern has been you chasing and her running, you need to break that cycle immediately. The only way to change the dynamic is to do something different. And ignoring her does exactly that. When you stop chasing, when you stop being predictable, when you break the pattern, she's forced to respond differently. She can't keep running if no one's chasing. She can't keep pulling back if you're not pushing forward. Suddenly, she has to make a move. She has to decide what she wants. And more often than not, she'll realize she wants you. But she wants the version of you that doesn't need her approval, the version that has his own life going on. Seventh, your energy shifts. When you stop focusing on her and start focusing on yourself, something magical happens. Your energy changes. You become more attractive, not just to her, but to everyone around you. Instead of being the guy who's always worried about what she's thinking, you become the guy who's living his best life, hitting the gym, hanging with friends, pursuing his goals. And women can sense this shift. They can feel when a man is centered, when he's focused on himself instead of on them. And that energy, that self-focused, confident energy, is magnetic. It draws people in, including her. But here's what you need to understand. Ignoring her isn't about being cold. It's not about being cruel. It's about having standards. It's about valuing yourself enough to not chase someone who doesn't appreciate what you bring to the table. And listen, some of you might be thinking, but what if she moves on? What if ignoring her pushes her away forever? And here's my answer to that. If ignoring her pushes her away, then she wasn't that into you in the first place. You can't lose something you never really had. And you definitely can't build a strong relationship with someone who only wants you when you're chasing them. The reality is this. Women respect men who respect themselves. Women are attracted to men who have boundaries, who don't compromise their self-worth for female attention. And when you ignore her, when you focus on your own life, when you show her that your world doesn't revolve around her, you demonstrate all of these qualities. But you have to be genuine about it. You can't just ignore her while secretly hoping she'll come running back. You have to actually focus on improving yourself, on building your own life, on becoming the kind of man that women naturally gravitate toward. And here's the beautiful irony. The less you need her attention, the more likely you are to get it. The less you chase, the more she'll chase. The more you focus on yourself, the more she'll focus on you. It's counterintuitive, but it works every single time. Because it taps into fundamental human psychology. We want what we can't have. We value what's scarce. We chase what runs away. So if you're dealing with a woman who's pulling back, who's acting distant, who's not giving you the attention you want, here's what you do. Nothing. You do absolutely nothing. You don't text her. You don't call her. You don't try to fix whatever you think went wrong. You focus on your own life. You hit the gym. You hang with your boys. You work on your goals. You become so busy living your best life that you don't have time to worry about what she's doing. And watch what happens. Watch how she starts reaching out. Watch how she starts initiating conversations. Watch how she starts making effort to be around you. Because when your attention becomes scarce, when your time becomes valuable, when your energy is focused on yourself instead of on her, she'll realize what she's missing, and she'll want it back. Look, man, attraction isn't logical, it's psychological. It's about understanding human nature, about knowing what creates desire and what kills it. Begging kills it, chasing kills it, being desperate kills it. But confidence, self-respect, and having your own life going on, that creates it, that builds it, That makes her want to be part of your world instead of making you beg to be part of hers. So remember this. The next time a woman pulls back, don't chase, don't beg, don't explain. Just focus on yourself. Become the best version of yourself. And let her come to you. Because a woman who truly wants to be in your life will make the effort to stay there. And a woman who isn't worth your time anyway. Trust me on this one. Ignoring her works better than begging every single time. Because it shows her and shows you exactly what you're both worth. Pay attention to this, my guy, because once you understand this principle, once you start applying it, your entire relationship dynamic will change. You'll stop chasing and start attracting. You'll stop begging and start commanding respect. And that's when everything shifts in your favor.